Happy Teensy Tuesday, it's Gianna. If you're not subscribed already, I put out new videos every Tuesday. And if you are subscribed, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I am really excited because last video I asked you guys like what you want to see from me, and I got like such a crazy response from so many people, like all of these things that I thought you guys like wouldn't want to see. So I'm pretty excited to get some like new stuff out there, and I'm just gonna be like filming all week and then like putting stuff out, and I'm just really excited about it. So I know that one of the things a lot of you guys said you wanted to see more of is storytime videos. So I love making storytime videos because I love telling stories, and so I was thinking like, oh, what would be a good one? And then I thought of the perfect storytime video because I know you guys love watching my videos about cruise line and you guys love watching my storytime videos. So we're meshing it together and we're throwing it back to 2003 and giving you guys a story, a good one. So to start off, like a little background, my family and I sailed for the first time on the inaugural sailing of the Magic in 1998. So I was 3 years old. So I was just a little itty bitty baby. And we sailed again like 3 or 4 months after that because my family like loved it so much. They loved the Magic. I honestly don't remember those cruises at all. I was so itty bitty. If you like see the pictures, if I could find one, I like literally have a little bowl cut and it's pretty cute. But like looking back on those pictures, it's like, ah, because like then I ended up working there and it's like, you know, coming full circle. But we did those 2 cruises, and then we're like big Disney parks people. So we came to Disney World like a lot, like once a year, which is a lot when you live, you know, in Chicago and you're kind of far from there. But so like we loved Disney. So when the cruise line came out, it was like a really exciting thing. So we did those 2 cruises, and then we didn't cruise again until 2003. So we went on a cruise with a huge group of people. It was like our neighbors and our family friends, and we just had like probably 30 people with us all together. And I was 8 years old and I was living my best life in those kids clubs. It was so much fun because I had my 2 best girlfriends with me at the time, Emmy and Jessie. They were our neighbors, and like it was literally the best time. It's so much fun when you go with a big group and you have so many people, and when you're on a cruise, and especially a Disney cruise, and you got those kids clubs and you're like making friends and you're like doing all these things, it's so much fun. Okay, so I have my Castaway Club account pulled up on my computer, and it says that we were on the cruise from March 29th, 2003 to April 5th, 2003 on the Disney Magic. That's all it says. Because I was gonna check and see if it said where we were going, because I don't remember. I know we went to Castaway, but that's all I remember. But about 3 days into our cruise, we had the worst storm. I worked on the cruise ship for, you know, a few months. I have never felt a storm this bad before. And I remember that night so vividly because the boat was rocking so hard. People were putting their mattresses out in the hallway because they were getting sick all over them. And we really thought it was gonna be the last day of our lives. And we were all in our stateroom because none of us wanted to go to dinner because it was like so crazy, like rocking so hard back and forth. And so we kept just trying to go to sleep. My dad was like, just go to sleep, just go to sleep, just go to sleep. It's, you know, what else can you do really? Because when you're on a ship and it's rocky and you're in the middle of nowhere, like you can't just get off and be like, okay, I'll feel better. Like you're on it, you're in there. So we were trying to go to sleep and I couldn't fall asleep. And I remember being like, okay, I'm gonna go down to dinner with the rest of the group. And they like sent me out in the hallway. It was at Animator's Palette. I walked into the hallway and immediately just barfed everywhere. And I was like, no. There was this like little Mickey bowl of chicken noodle soup that I got every night, and it was the best. And I was like, I gotta get my chicken noodle soup, and I gotta go down there and I gotta see my friends and eat my soup. So I'm like walking Animator's Palette, like little me, like the hallway's going like this. And I get down to the dinner, and I remember there was 2 or 3 other people from the group there, like at our giant table, and plates were flying, cutlery was going, like things were flying off the table. it was really bad. So I, again, got sick at the dinner table. So I was like, done. So I went back to my room. At this point, my mom was getting like really, really ill. And she was in the bathroom, just like sick. And for those of you that don't know, in 2003, there was a big outbreak of this virus called SARS. And it was like very scary at the time because it was like a new thing. And it was like, what could I compare it to now? Like Zika virus now, when everybody was like, oh my God, Zika virus, or like something like that. So SARS was like a big thing that people were trying to avoid. Also, for those of you who don't know, on cruise ships, if you get sick, you like sick as in like you're throwing up or something like that, it's posted everywhere on the ship, even in your stateroom bathrooms on Disney Cruise Line, if you get sick, to call the nurse, because you could have something called AGE. AGE is like a stomach bug that you get through food that you eat, contaminated food that you eat, and it spreads super fast, and it can make everybody on the ship ill because you're in a confined space and you share germs. It's very easy to spread the sickness. That's why like Disney is incredible at like getting that person when they are sick and like making sure they are like confined to a space, they won't make anybody else sick. That's why there aren't like huge outbreaks, because they do a lot to prevent it. Like before you walk into cabanas, you wipe your hands, now you wash your hands. Those are all just like preventative measures to keep everybody on the ship safe, which is awesome. But at the time, because my mom was so seasick, she was so like just getting so sick. And so she called her friend, like one of the other girls that we were sailing with, and she's telling her, oh, I'm so sick, I can't come to dinner. I'm sending Gianna though on that wave phone. And my mom's friend was like, oh my gosh, we need to call the nurse, because what if she has SARS or something? So my mom's friend calls the nurse. The nurse comes up to our room, and my mom's like, I'm fine, I am just seasick, but as a precautionary, they gave her a shot in her butt and they quarantined her for 24 hours, which isn't that bad, because some people get quarantined for 72, some people get quarantined for the rest of their cruise. But when you're paying so much money for a cruise, it really does suck that you're quarantined, because she couldn't leave the room. So she was stuck in the room, she got a shot, and all it was seasickness. But they were trying to prevent anything from spreading on the cruise. But after that, my parents were like, never again. We are never going on another cruise. We are absolutely done with cruises. And not because they were mad at Disney or anything, but they were like, we like nearly escaped death because the like rocking was so bad. They didn't ever want to like go through that again, basically, like the sickness and stuff. And understandable. So I didn't go on another cruise after that. I was 8 years old until I was 19, and I booked it myself. And I went with my, just me and my brother, Joey. And it's so crazy to think, because like they really were like, yeah, we're never doing this again. And then they actually never did it again. And we had so many fun memories as kids on those ships that it really does blow that like we got robbed of all of those years of cruising. And it's so funny to go back and watch those videos, because like the ship was really so different back then, and my parents had like walkie-talkies to talk to each other, which is so funny. But it was just like such good times. I really still, I think about that all the time, and I can't believe it happened. And I'm always like, Mom, you remember that time you got shot in your butt? And my mom did redeem herself. We did go on a cruise together for Mother's Day. 2 years ago, we did the double dip on the Fantasy, which means it goes to Castaway twice. And it was a repositioning cruise. So the Fantasy usually goes on 7-day cruises, but that one was out for 3 days. And 2 of the days we were at Castaway. And it was legitimately so fun, because Castaway is like the best of the best, and it's the best time to be had. And it's just like a cruise, but you're on an island, because everything's paid for and you're relaxed and you're like eating free food and you're chilling. It was so fun. So she did redeem herself. She did not get sick. She did not get quarantined that second time. So I think that the whole family is back on the cruising mojo. So it's all good. But thank you guys so much for watching my story time. I am so excited to put this out for you guys. I hope that you love it. If you do, remember to give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe. Happy Teensy Tuesday. I will see you guys next week. Bye.